Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Before this video starts, I would like to ask you guys to please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. You guys have no idea how much this helps me. And even though I may be looking like if I'm begging for likes and asking for subscribers, I'm not demanding it from you guys. I'm just asking you guys to consider it. So, thank you. Now let's move on with the video. Today's video is going to be about the winter storm that's going to be actually two winter storms are going to be affecting the Midwest, especially cities like Minneapolis, Duluth, Marquette, Rhinelander. All those areas are under the gun for heavy snowfall. Even areas in southeastern Nebraska and central Nebraska and northwestern Iowa can see up to a foot of snow. But Minneapolis looks like as of now could get over a foot of snow. So definitely something to watch for. And this is how it's going to play out. So this is the same cold front from Winter Storm Oliver that sagged down south, and now it's stalled out, and a piece of energy from that front's going to move up. You could see cause some disturbance into Nebraska, Iowa. So again, Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota will all be in the snow. You could see Minneapolis will be under the gun for some snow. That passes through. It doesn't leave too much snow behind. If you're wondering how much snow will fall by Friday, this is how much will fall. Again, 4 inches, 3. So in most locations, it's going to be 2 to 4 inches, possibly some pockets of 5. We go back to the weather, the radar slash rain slash frozen, and this is the more powerful one. Another piece of energy from this front moves up, and this is going to be a full blown storm. You could see this just blows up into some heavy snow on this backside. I mean, when you see those dark blue colors, that's over an inch of snow per hour falling, and that leads to a lot more snow. You can see if we go now on a total snowfall, the mountains just explode into the 13, above a foot of snow. Anywhere you see the green, that's above a foot of snow. So Minneapolis, possibly over a foot of snow, and that is very concerning because Minneapolis is a big city and it has a lot of residents. And this is what the NAMS shows, and it's not even done with the storm yet because it only goes out 84 hours. So if we check on it, you can see it's going to be midterm during the storm. So this is how it plays out according to the NAM. So you could see this is the first energy, a rain wave moving out to the east, but a little bit wintry mixed disturbance in Iowa and Nebraska. But the brunt of this looks like to be Minnesota and South Dakota and northwest Iowa. You can see that moves through. Nothing too special, nothing like major, but it could be pretty powerful. However, nothing too major. And you can see it moves out of the way, and now there's a second storm, which is definitely going to be major, definitely powerful, leaving up to a foot of snow alone without the second storm. You can see this storm, heavy banding right there going on around the low. So that's pretty much thunderstorms that turn into snow. So there's going to be thunder snow with this. There's going to be heavy snow. And as of now, the winds do look like to be howling on the backside. So would not be surprised if blizzard warnings are issued. Looks like to be a fairly strong a fairly strong low system. It will be 985 and dropping. And again, this will be dropping quite fast into the 85s. And this is not by open water, so it's still very impressive for it to drop this far, this much on land. So that is the NAM, and let's take you right to the snowfalls one by one. So this is the Canadian model, which I'm going to show you first how the Canadian model thinks it's going to play out. Then I'm going to show you the totals. So this is the first storm. You can see the Canadian model is pretty much on track, similar with the other models. This is the second storm, which shows it being a little bit weaker. And then there's some other storms later on, but we're not worried about that. So this is how much snow the Canadian model shows out. And you may be wondering, well, how much is that? You could see I'm pointing it out here, 15 inches, 13, 14. And if you really want a closer look, we could go in regionally, click on the US, go to the Midwest, and you could see how much snow will fall. Yeah, so Minneapolis would be getting here around 9-10 inches of snow. Again, almost a foot of snow. This is according to the Canadian. The highest zone area would be around 16 inches, somewhere right in here, 18, 17. But again, this is bound to change, so stay tuned, guys. Again, northwest Iowa will be getting quite a bit of this. And now let's move on to the GFS, which I was showing you earlier on the tropical tidbits. And The GFS similar on track comparison to this one. A little bit wider path, longer path of more snow and more snow. And if we go in onto the regional, we could go in. Let's go right here for now, and then we'll go into the Midwest so you can see for areas like Dakotas. You can see the areas in the Dakotas will be receiving quite a bit of snow. Minnesota, Minneapolis in this situation will be receiving 13, 14 inches of snow. Central Nebraska looks like to be getting the brunt of this with up to 19 inches of snow. So you could see even Wisconsin could get up to 21 inches, which I don't think will happen. But again, double-digit snowfall amounts are very likely. And now this is the NAM, which doesn't take the storm completely through. You could see it's just the beginning phases. But if we go into regional, let's go into north central U.S. And as we could see when this shows up, that the NAM has a lot more snow with this in general. A smaller swath, you could see in this case, Nebraska would not be getting a lot of snow. They would be getting 3 inches compared to the GFS, where they would be getting 19 inches. So that's definitely something to still figure out. But areas like Minneapolis, no matter what model as of now, it looks like that you'd be guys getting over a foot of snow. And outskirts of um, outskirts of Minnesota, especially the northwestern suburbs, would be getting more than Minneapolis, the city itself, around 14, 15 inches. The suburbs up to 20, 19 inches. Southeast, 12, 11. So there's a quick drop off into the single digit snowfall amounts and then the double digit snowfall amounts. So quite a narrow swath. Nothing too like wide when it comes to snowfall totals, but it's could leave up to, as you could see, a foot and a half of snow. So this is definitely something to watch. If you go on Minneapolis's forecast and we check, look, they have for tomorrow less snow accumulations less than 1 inch. This is from the first event, and new snow accumulations 2 to 4. This is still from the first event, so around 2 to 4 inches, possibly 5 from this first event. And then the second event, they only go out into telling the inches 2 to 4 inches possible. They only go out this far because I'm expecting for Saturday night for them to get somewhere 5 to 8 here. So again, the National Weather Service is on top of their game. They're showing this, even though sometimes they're not. Sometimes they are a little bit over aggressive. This time I think they are a little bit under aggressive with this snowstorm, because this sure does look like a lot. And in case you are wondering, for the skiers out in the skiers out in Colorado or the mountains, you'll be getting a lot of snow. Let me go to the western half of the nation, let's say northwestern US. You could see that there's going to be a lot of snow. I mean, some hefty amounts, like nothing that would happen out in the open plains. 60 inches of snow in the Cascades, Idaho mountains, 30 inches, Colorado Rockies, 40 in some areas. So definitely a lot of snow coming for the West. A major pattern change has occurred, and it looks like to be staying like this, guys. So it's gonna be a major pattern change where the cold air comes into the east, but also stays in the northwest. So it will be more of an elongated La Nina pattern. So stay tuned, guys. I'll keep you guys updated on this snowstorm. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please consider liking and subscribing the video. See you guys in the next episode.